Hi guys, my name's Nicole and today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I won't actually be leading this video. I'm going to hand this over to my manager, Steve. Now, Steve has bought one of our Wildtraks, so he's going to give you a 6-month review on the Bi-Turbo Wildtrak. So he owns this one behind me. He has for the last 6 months, and let me hand it over to him.
I have been working and selling the Ford brand for about 18 years now. It is a brand that I am passionate about because they don't want to be a vanilla brand. They like everything to be fun and exciting. I previously had the last generation's Raptor, so when they announced there was going to be a brand new Ranger and a new shape and new equipment, new tech, I was pretty excited. As soon as it was launched and features were announced, I chose my colour. After having a grey car last time, I thought I'd go nice and bright, as you can see. Look, we were all blown away, including myself, about how much more tech and equipment it had than the last car. I was a bit concerned coming out of a Raptor and going into the new model that I felt like I was taking a step down, but when it arrived and I sat in it, I knew I'd made the right decision. I love the colour Lux Yellow. As soon as they announced that there was going to be a bright hero colour for the Ranger and Lux Yellow was it, I was online looking at all the cars overseas that were featured in this colour. That was my reason for choosing this one. I went Bi-Turbo again over the V6. I don't have any need for a bigger engine. I'm not towing excessively. I might tow the odd trailer here and there, but the Bi-Turbo is just as good and just as capable as the V6, so I felt it wasn't necessary. The fuel economy on my car is good. Admittedly, most of my driving is stop-start, taking kids to school, to and from work, city driving, and I'm still sitting around high nines. The new Wildtrak came with an optional premium pack, which had a 10-speaker Bang & Olufsen audio system. It had the overhead switch panel and matrix LED headlights, including taillights. I thought the premium pack was worth it just for the audio system. The sound quality is amazing. I can play music with a lot of bass at full volume and have zero distortion. I went with the standard option, which was the 18-inch wheel with the all-terrain tyres. They're not as noisy as I thought they were going to be. Being an all-terrain, they're quite a non-aggressive pattern. I've been a little bit off-road a few times, no issues with slipping, but more importantly, it does grip really well in the wet. I love the use of the powered roller shutter, the fact that I can operate it from the key. It's really handy when I chuck the kids' mountain bikes in the back and we go for a drive, go for a ride somewhere. I like the cargo divider in the back. What a lot of people don't think of initially is when you go and do your weekly shopping and you've got a car full of kids, there's nowhere to put your shopping bags, and if you just chuck them in the back of the ute, you'll end up with smashed pickles all over the floor. There is a spot where you can put a cargo divider, which will allow you to store your bags right up against the back in a row. There are sliding cargo mounts, so regardless of what you're trying to tie down in the back, be it a bike or a lawnmower or anything you've picked up, it is really flexible with the way the tie down points move. The roller shutter seals really well in normal hard raining conditions. Water won't get through. I mean, a little bit of water will get through if you use a pressure cleaner, which is not very often, but the amount of water that does get in there, even with pressure cleaning, is minimal. There's drainage systems in place, so if water does get into the tub, it doesn't sit in well in the tub. I haven't had a chance to use the integrated brake controller yet. I haven't towed anything more than 500 or 600 kilos. The feedback that I've got from people that I know that also have this car, it works really well. I'm not the tallest person in the world. Side steps are very helpful to me when I wash the car first and foremost, but when I've got kids getting in and out of the car, they're not climbing all over the inside just to get in and out. I love the way it looks, but after having the previous Raptor that didn't have the sail plane on the back, I don't notice any difference in visibility. It doesn't impede any driver's view or anything like that. Cleaning's fine. I mean, I have to stand on the back wheel to clean the back of my car anyway. It doesn't get dirty, and it does actually keep less rain off the rear window. I used to use Sync 3 all the time because of its integration with streaming music, and I thought the nav was generally better. In the new Ranger though, Sync 4 kills CarPlay hands down. The navigation's better. I mean, I can drive past and it'll tell me what petrol's going to cost or diesel's going to cost at whatever service station I'm passing. I can get speed camera alerts, not that I'm speeding or anything like that, but it's always good to know. The maps are a lot more intuitive. The voice control works better when you're getting directions and voice guidance. It also gives turn-by-turn navigation on the digital instrument cluster now. It's easy. I just hold down as soon as I give Siri a command, I hold down the voice control button, and if I've got an iPhone connected, it automatically activates Siri rather than the car's voice system. Look, the gear changes are seamless. You could be turning a corner or at an intersection and be in third gear before you even get around the other side. If you do drive hard, you will notice it does rev a fair bit, but you've got to remember it's a 2-litre engine doing the work of a bigger engine. Oh, look, I think that the expectation that people have is that it looks like one of those Euro shifters, which is really confusing, but it's just a lower mounted shifter. It's not obstructive in the cabin in any way, shape or form. It is easy to use. Look, there are other things too, like if you open your door accidentally or you forget you left your car in drive and switch your car off, it electronically puts itself back into park automatically for you. I like to use the self-parking a lot. When I've got the boys in the car, they think it's the greatest thing in the world. It will get you into a gap that you don't think you can get into. Well, it also has the same function to help you lever park. So you let the car do all the work, and when it tells you you're ready, you can just accelerate and drive straight out. Look, it is still a head turner. I was driving through a shopping centre car park the other day, and I had a bloke in a Porsche Cayenne tell me how cool my car was, which is pretty funny. Well, there is no doubt about it right now in the ute segment, the Ranger has the best resale value of any ute on the market, including Hilux. My car currently has just over 7,000 Ks on it. If I were to sell it right now, I'd lose less than 5% on what I paid. In the last 6 months of owning this car, after the excitement of the brand new model died down, it's just become a really comfortable, easy to drive, pleasant experience. I mean, I can't fault it in any way. Ford have really listened to the people that gave them feedback on the previous model. The beep you just heard then was reminding me I've gone a kilometre over the posted speed limit. Had I have been actively using cruise control, it would have matched the speed sign I just drove past. I like the intelligent speed limiter. If you're not paying attention as much as you should be, and it does change speed zones, it automatically changes to the speed limit you're doing. I find it's really handy. Oh, look, there's not too many things that I'm going to need to do while I'm driving that require me to touch the infotainment screen. A lot of things can be voice controlled, and as far as air conditioner and volume settings, I've still got the analog controls there. I use the heated seats probably even when I shouldn't use them. I find it's one of those things that once you've had it, you don't go back. I like to have a drive with a window down and a heated seat on a cold night. I haven't got any accessories wired up yet, but actually someone took delivery of one yesterday, and we were talking him through how it worked and what he needed to do, and where the connection points are. And no, it's a great idea, rather than having some tacky aftermarket switch added to your console and having to drill holes. The Wildtrak is exclusively diesel. I find fuel consumption is really good, but mine fluctuates because I do mostly city driving. So while I'm out and about, I'm getting, sometimes as low as 8.9. But most of the time, stop-start driving, I'm sort of in the 10s and 11s, but that's my style of driving. The seats are really comfortable. Again, going from the last model Raptor, which had possibly the most comfortable ute seat I've ever sat in, I was a bit concerned that I might be downgrading, but no, the new seats are really comfortable. I like that they're a little bit firm, so you don't feel like you've been sitting in a seat all day if you do a long trip. Another really good feature on the inside of the Ranger is the concealed door handles. It just makes the aesthetics of the interior cabin look so much cleaner. They are easy to use. Where you reach to open your door is where the handle is. So I'm not having to reach forward or find a strange spot to open my door from. Look, the wait times have blown out because of the quarantine issue. The knock-on effect has been because the boats are all sitting in the harbour. They're not going back and picking up the cars from Thailand. So the wait has blown out to about a year at this point.
I hope you enjoyed Steve's 6-month honest review on the Wildtrak. If you have any more questions about the Wildtrak or anything else in the Ford lineup, don't forget to leave them below in the comments, and like and subscribe to our channel for more.